Hello, and welcome back for another Avatar The Last Airbender traditional draft. The rare in this pack is Aang, and we have not played with this thing yet. We played against this. We've played with the other Aang, that's a 3/3 flyer, and transformed it. But blue white is one of the color combinations we have had success with. Probably had the most success with blue black. Other cards in this pack that we would play if we end up being blue white are basically these four: Master Down, North Pole Patrol, Avatar Enthusiasts, and Glider Kids. And you know what? Honestly, Messenger Hawk, probably above all of them except North Pole Patrol. So let's see what wheels here. Allies at Last, Firebending Lessons are great, cheap removal. These are both often cast for 1 mana. This is always cast for 1 mana unless you're kicking it. And this has got so many allies in the set. You often get to cast it for 1 mana. Okay. Best card in the pack here is maybe True Ancestry. Believe it or not, there's not much blue-white for us here. Giant Chloe, I really am not into. Avatar Enthusiast is a 3 mana 2/2. Takes a long time to grow. There's a lot of bounce in the set, a lot of air bending. So I don't think we're going to take a blue or white card here. We'll take... Do we really want to take Professor Zay? Let's take a True Ancestry and see if we end up like green-white or green-blue splashing white. Well, that's a way to splash it. But we could just give up True Ancestry. Say we're mainline blue-white. Two ways to splash here and an Ostrich Horse. I think that I'm willing to give up one card, even though I do like True Ancestry, if it means we can be a solid blue-white deck curve out. Waterbending loves having two bodies off Forecasting Fortune Teller or Messenger Hawk. Let's take that here. Shared Roots is not bad. It ramps you turn 2. But I don't know that our single card of True Ancestry is good enough to say that we're definitely green. Okay, here we have a lack of good blue-white cards again. Maybe it is green splashing blue. Energy bending, I don't think is what you ever want to be doing. If you're splashing something, you need to play it the turn you use this. So it's got to be like, let's say a 5-mana card. 5 mana plus this 2 mana. What card did I want to look up? Yeah, let's take Badger Mole. We haven't had a chance to play with this either. Kyoshi Warriors is fine. It's 2 bodies for waterbending, as is Battle Fan. Battle Fan, I usually want something to do with this though. The equipment that's left over. I want like the Deadly Precision. That's the 1 black pip removal spell where you can sacrifice something, or like heavy water bending, or the ability to equip a creature and have like 4 power to trigger Earth King or something. We've had this before. I don't know if that's something we want to invest highly in. Let's take Kyoshi Battle Fan, I guess, because it leaves us the most open. Okay, Watery Grasp is great. The fact that we're seeing it this late maybe means that blue is open. There's just been a lack of cards in the last 2 picks. That being said, there could have just been better blue cards. We might be fighting for this color. Rocky Rebuke and Earth Rumble are 2 fine green cards. Swamp Snare Trap is also fine. Removal in green. And here's another case where there's an Invasion Tactics and an Ostrich Horse. Let's take Ostrich Horse as I don't think we want to be playing Water Skin or Invasion Tactics or Earth Kingdom unless we really have a bunch of crazy splashes. Taunting Challenge. Card art looks cool, but we're not playing it. I like Glider Kids. It's either that or Wall Top Sentries. Do we have any white besides Aang though? Are we going to be green-blue again? What do we give up if we give up green? Some good stuff. So we'll take Wall Top Sentries. And Allies at Last Wield. It looks like green is a color we're supposed to be in. Along with these two, you know, Rebellious Cactus is a solid 2-drop and then Fine Bender. Not great, but playable. This would help us wheel. Would help us splash. We could take this for sideboarding purposes. If we end up green-white instead of green-blue. Cycle Renewal will help us splash. Razor Rings is here. Interesting. Alright, well, I think we take Cycle Renewal. What was taken from that pack? Foggy Swamp Vine Bender is going straight to our sideboard. Although it's our first 5-drop. So in the last packs, there were red cards taken, black card, white card, red, black taken, plenty of red, black taken. There were 2 green cards taken from that pack we just took with Cycle Renewal. And 1 white. Invasion Tactics wasn't taken. Invasion Tactics was taken. 3 green cards were taken, so maybe green is not open. We do lose a lot at this point if we switch. I just don't know why Allies at Last was there. And Appa's here. We'll take this. We could be green, white, splash, and blue as well. And that looks like what is going to happen. Maybe blue is just splashed with Aang here. Let's see what the deck looks like. Without, we wouldn't necessarily have to run much more than Cycle Renewal. To splash Leaves from the Vine is fine. There'll be another Cycle Renewal here. You cast your second spell, you turn to Airbend. 1 other target, non-light permanent. Which can be your opponent's permanents. This can only airbend what we control. Okay, well, these 3 cards on alone are enough to say that we're mainline white in my mind. So, say Ostrich Horse, put this here. This is going to be like a splash. This will be up here. Removal on a pile over here. True Ancestry is like a do nothing to affect the board, so we'll put it here. And this is what the deck looks like. Toph has got to be the pick here. I would take an Ostrich Horse otherwise, or a Meditation Pools to splash that Aang. But Toph is solid, just like a 3 mana 2/3. That makes a 2/2 land. And in green, there's plenty of earth bending, so it's not hard to get her to higher power. Another true ancestry. We'll take it. This means lesson payoffs. Might also be easier. Wall top sentries might wheel here. I guess I wouldn't hate a saber-toothed moose lion if we're trying to get this white splash going with blue. Not white splash, this blue splash going. Allies at last again. So even though some of the picks in the last pack had like 3 green cards taken, this thing's just rolling around. I'm not going to try and hope it wheels again. I'm going to take it again. It's better than Rocky Rebuke. Glider Kids is a card I think I'll take over Wall Top Sentries. Is that right? We'll have lessons in the graveyard. But airbending this would be better. We get scry value off. I'll take a Glider Kids here, and then maybe next time we get a pick between Glider Kids and Wall Top Sentries. We take the Wall Top Sentries. The barrels were there as well to help us splash. Katara is great. I don't know if she's splash worthy. She's best on turn 3 when you can play her. Maybe attack in the following turn. Or use her to waterbend something else out. And grow up eventually. I want bombs to do something immediately. Like Aang is flashing in, maybe killing a flyer that's attacking. Another true ancestry. We can only have so much air in the deck. But this is pretty good air, and we have a couple of good targets to get back here. Plus the lesson payoff will give us life off the wall top sentries. And we have an ETB trigger off Toph. Pillar launch might be okay. I don't love it, but you could run one of these. So we could mill our fixing if we're gonna have blessing cards in the graveyard. Let's take this. It's not really a 2-drop. One, two, three, four. We have quite a few 2-drops. 3-drops. So I was tempted to take that meditation pools. We have another 3-drop, so I think given that choice now, again, with our 3-drop slot pretty full up, we take again. Earth King is the best green card, and it's a pretty good one to blink. Makes a 4/4 every time you do. So we'll take cards that can airbend it. We'll take it with cards that can airbend it, like Appa, and I guess we could even airbend it ourselves with Legend of Yang Chen. When we cast our second spell each turn. Kyoshi Warriors here would be fine to blink as well. Rocky Rebuke would be another form of removal. But we really need 2-drops here. That being said, another Unagi. Seismic Scheme. Or Seismic Sense will help us splash and get a lesson card in the graveyard. We're passing up that airbending lesson here, but we already have so much airbending. If we have opponents with like a ETB creature that does something nasty, then we don't always want to bounce it. I wouldn't mind a Boomy here with all these lesson cards in the graveyard, but we need 2 drops. We have Kyoshi Battle Fan right now. And gaining life at Shrine 1 seems totally fine here. Platypus Bear has nice stats if we want to survive. It's a good blocker. It might get lesson cards in the graveyard. It might actually be better than Compassionate Healer, but I am worried about milling islands into the graveyard and having no way to play Aang. It might be correct to play Platypus Bear, but ooh, Earthbender Ascension. Wow. So if they're green drafters, they must be further away from us at the table because this got passed by 3 players. This is a pretty good one to blink as well. Earthbends 2. I don't know that we always want to reset the quest counters if we have something better to do, but let's take this and really try and prioritize 2 drops. That being said, I'm not going to take Sparring Dummy over Allies at Last. This is just going to be very cheap, efficient removal. Leaves from the Vine, Cycle Renewal. We can't. This is something to do on turn 1. This will help us splash. So I don't love this, but I think it's coming in. I do want to play Aang. This is our 5-drop slot. Even though this is 3 mana, I don't know. We're going to be able to play it on turn 3 very often. I mean, I like Boomy, but we have some pretty powerful high drop creatures already. Just take removal. We do have Death Touch with Rocky Rebuke and Allies at Last. So these wall top sentries are nice. Now, let's take the North Pole Gates. That'll help us splash. White, we don't need another 4-drop. Although Kyoshi Warrior would be fine to blink. Brings in a 1/1. I mean, we're not actually blinking it, right? We're airbending it and replaying it for 2. Another Rocky Rebuke is totally fine. Pillar Launch. It's probably going to the sideboard with the other Pillar Launch. We have enough like fight spells, power spells. And here's where we will take a Platypus Bear. We're pretty low in the 2-drop slot here. But if we can get to 3, we can grab more lands and hopefully stabilize with like Reach, Death Touch, life gain, and a better chance to hit our lands. Also Earthbend and more bodies like Earthbender Ascension. Oh, Turtle Duck. You know, this is looking like a Turtle Duck deck. Potentially. An early drop that can block. Not really using it for water bending, but I can also get power 4 to trigger Earth King. So you may not like it, but this is a Turtle Duck deck, I think. Badger Mole is a cool ETB. Kyoshi Warriors is getting cut. Cycle of Renewal is going to be tricky. If we have to take turn 2 off and then turn 3 is playing Cycle of Renewal, I feel like there's a good chance we just die. I'm going to leave these here. This is also a do nothing, right? So we need to be careful with 3 True Ancestries on top of that. This is maybe too many. Maybe 1 or 2 is going to be correct. We're not going to have targets for this. Kyoshi is not going to until later. Too much air. Let's see. Removal. Appa. So Badger Mole's getting cut. We have enough top end here with these 3. And Aang if it transforms. Let's put this here. Least from the Vine is also not a actual 2-drop. I like it, but it might be too much air. Maybe 2 Ancestry. It's going to be too much. We're blinking these guys anyways. No, I mean, we have pretty good permanents to bring back, right? Including Path to Redemption. So, milling is nice with an Ancestry. Maybe we cut one. We're also milling with Platypus Bear. Okay. How do we have 44 cards? I mean, I guess it's like a good problem to have. What do we not need? The ostrich horses? This gets us to 4 lands. Do we cut a glider, kids? Rocky Rebuke. Because we already have 3 allies at last. Now blue sources. We have 1, 1, 2, 3. Maybe we just straight up cut Cycle Renewal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang. We don't have a way to ditch it really if we can't play it. And then 8 green. We can't go below 8. Ostrich Horse will help us hit those lands. So I don't think we cut those. And then 7 white. So the mana is rough. Do we actually just not play Aang? He's so good to airbend in with Appa. But I think he makes the mana too rough. 9-8. Now we have an actual solid 40. And we can run it with a lack of 2-drops. But some powerful cards once we get to 3 and 4. Fire Nation Cadets, he has a turn 1 play. And I forgot to take out the barrels of Blessing Jelly. Alright, no turn 2 play. That's not a huge surprise, but we have some pretty good 4-drops that we should get to with this Ostrich Horse. There's our 2-drop. Let's start with Ostrich Horse, see if we can guarantee a land for Earth King and Appa. We can. We also get a lesson card in the graveyard for our wall-top sentries to gain us life when it dies. He'll attack with Fire Nation Cadets only, I think. Here, yeah, he doesn't want to trade the Enthusiast for an Ostrich Horse. I don't blame him. Let's just slam our Earth King. Bandit attachments. Don't mind seeing that. Looks like he's going to try and get a land. Yep. Oh, he actually had the Destined Confrontation. Board wipe. I guess he was happy with his board state. Because that would kill everything with the Earth King here. So, let's play another land. This is Flash. Fine, we don't need to play it now. And let's attack with our 4-power creature, get another land. It will be tapped. He just lets it through. Wow. Sun Warriors is scary. Be able to make a lot of 1/1s. Make the Avatar Enthusiast huge. We can blow it up right now with Barrels of Lasting Jelly, the Avatar Enthusiast, but I think it's going to be better to blow up the Avatar Enthusiast. And this is crazy. He's tapped out. We get to eat a 2/3 flyer with our 3/4. And this is an ally, so we want to keep green untapped so we can also cast allies at last. Airbend the Earth King. Just the Earth King. Oh, we can't cast allies at last because this ally goes back to hand. But that's alright. Making another 4/4. It's going to be worth it. Now we can actually play Kyoshi. Equip it to Appa. And now we're going to have allies at last up and another 4-power creature attacking, grabbing a land. Let's do Appa. One of these. Blasting the Sun Warriors. I think that's better to kill than the Avatar Enthusiast. And it allows this attack to go through. He doesn't have any good blocks. Another Sun Warriors. Wow. I don't think he'll have time to spend 5 mana for a 1/1 though. He's just gonna straight up attack through. That's fine. We got 1/1s to chump with. We're at 12, but I don't think we need to risk it. Go to 7. And that's just a triple attack again. You can blow up his Sun Warriors. And attack through with everything. He's dead. Okay, let's take that barrel out of the deck. Because we don't need to splash anymore. We can replace it with maybe an early play is the best. Pillar launch. Lower our curve, like I said, I'm worried about getting up here. I mean, allies at last is going to be pretty cheap And our curve isn't actually that expensive. 2 4-drops and a 5-drop. I'm just worried about not having anything to do on turn 2 because this is misleading. Rocky Rebuke. Lessons from the Vine. Path to Redemption. I guess it is kind of like a 2-drop because we could remove a 2 or 3-drop from battle. It's not a lesson. One, two, three. Either Pillar Launch or Badger Mole here. What do we think? Swipe Pillar Launch. We've got Appa, we've got Earth King, and our Saga, and then we've got 2 ways to get them back. This is great. 2-drop into 3-drop Ascension, and then we'll have lands fetched up Ostrich Horses. If we get to 3 lands, this hand is great. That's all we need. Opponent goes with a Mulligan. Fortunate for them. Platypus Bear time. Mill is nice for True Ancestry. And potentially put a permanent that we want in there. There's a permanent we want. We'll fetch it up later. We're in no rush to play it. I don't think he's seen True Ancestry yet, so I won't have our graveyard. Yip for damage. And Firebending. Wonder what you can do with this Firebending mana. I don't really agree with this. Unless he really thinks he can kill us. Platypus Bear is going to be a solid blocker. Oh. It doesn't even gain flying because it's not an ally. Yeah, that doesn't seem worth it to me. Still hasn't developed that as board. If it was to turn in Firebending to like crack a clue and hit some lands, I get it. Let's play Ostrich Horse first to get that other land, and then Earthbender Ascension can we can Earthbend a land that isn't tapped. So we've got green to play. Let's grab a forest. The Ostrich Horses can be nice with the Earth King as well, because if you do decline to put a land on, they have 4 power for that 4 power trigger. He'll have to pump twice and use his actual mana to kill Platypus Bear here, so we'll block with that instead of Ostrich Horse. Yeah, so this is free Firebending mana if he does have an instant. That doesn't use anything, but this is going to potentially slow him down from playing a 4-drop or a 3-drop or whatever. Wonder what he has in his hand. Is it all lands? Let's not play the land first. Let's... Well, I guess it won't be untapped, but we'll get a landfall trigger. Let's attack with Ostrich Horse. Then play Earthbender Ascension. Earthbend Plains, because we have all green cards in our hand. Go get another forest. Play a forest. And this is maybe a little awkward actually, because if we fetch back our double plains card, and we don't have another plains at that point, then we're tapping our creature land. Let's play Ostrich Horse. Let's try and hit a land. There's Earth King. We can fetch him back with that True Ancestry. No allies for allies at last. It's kind of funny. Alright, we're going to play what leaves from the vine, so we might as well attack with our creature land here. And I'm thinking that he probably has the board wipe if he's playing like this. But I think it's going to be okay. There goes some planes. We might have those. As if he plays it here, we still get to put counter on our remaining creature, which is going to be one of our ostrich horses. And we'll be drawing a card off it eventually, fetching either Earth King or our Saga. What's even better? Board wipe ourselves. Opponent is noodling. I'll pause and come back when he decides what to do. Unless he decides to do something here. This could still mean board wipe, so we won't actually develop out into the board here. 5. We're at 6 mana. Let's put this on the plains. Let's see what we get with Seismic Sense. I guess we don't need to do that pre-combat. Let's... I guess, yeah, let's see what we get first. To see if we play it before allies at last. Toph. Let's play Toph. And I am worried about the board wipe. I think we are far enough ahead. We can let's do our 4-power creature. Let's wipe this. His board wipe would keep a power 2 creature. So even if he does board wipe, this is still worth spend removal on. And let's attack, I guess, with just Ostrich Horse and Ostrich Horse. Because we can play True Ancestry this turn. Avoid developing out the board and get back our Saga, which is also going to play nicely against this board wipe, if he does have it. And if he doesn't have a board wipe, I think he's dead. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Let's go fix the deck. Before we forget, take that Barrels of Blast and Jelly out. Put in either Pillar Launch or a Badger Mole. Or a Kyoshi Warriors. And I think we're doing a better job of ditching pack 1, pick 1 rares now. I think we got Aang in the very first pack, the very first pick. And didn't end up getting to play him, but we have a great deck without him. I think our rares ended up being more powerful in a different color, even though it's a little bit contested. But we're playing Earth King and Appa plus the Legend of Yang Chen. Those 3 cards, each individually, I think, are at least on the power level of Aang. Yeah, these 2. And then Earth King. Tempted to keep this, but I mean, I guess we want to top deck this, and we can't do anything until we hit 4 lands. So let's mulligan. This is gonna be a mulligan. Does Kyoshi Battle Fan make this keepable? I think this is better than going to 5. He's got his own Kyoshi Battle Fan. Black-white, so he may be able to play Deadly Precision, sack his equipment, which is a pretty sweet interaction. That's, I think, where you get the most value from Kyoshi Battle Fan. You can also get value from waterbending with it, but it's a pretty sweet setup. We'll make a clue token when that thing dies, and we're in trouble. Without a forest. Earth Kingdom Protectors. Ally. It's an ally. That's not an ally. That is an ally. So I'm pretty sure we're dead this game. Even if we get a forest right now. Let's block this. Maybe a forest plus ostrich horse. Yeah. Let's call it there. Let's just see what he's got. Horse plus ostrich horse can maybe get us unline. Allies at last could buy us time to maybe play like a Earth King, get a 4/4 walker out. But as it stands, we just gonna die. I think we give him any more information. Even if we drew a forest, we just play a plains. Momo playful pet. So he's going to hold up activation to Water Tribe Cap, and I'm going to cut Pillar Launch. And I'm going to put in... I'm going to put in Kyoshi Warriors. That was rough. Maybe Multify was correct with only Kyoshi to play, but we have what? 9 forests we could have drawn? Multify was rough. This is much more keepable, but still not great. No allies yet for these allies at last. We have less allies than a normal deck does, but still have a good amount. Kyoshi, Compassionate Healer, the sentries, the wall top sentries that we have, Earth King, and now the Kyoshi Warriors will make 2 allies that we sighted in. Alright, Turtle Duck, do your turtle thing. Turtle, fuck him up. Alright, we're not gonna attack. Rocky Rebuke is gonna be pretty expensive. Actually be allies at last. Okay, well, allies at last is gonna be cheaper now. One green pip. Realm of Ko is a good land. This guy has a very solid black-white deck. I'm kinda jealous. These are really fun to play. Okay, that's a pretty good card to ramp to. Let's get Kyoshi Warriors out. If he attacks with the 4/4, I think we'll take the first swing, so we keep 2 allies, so this is cheap, and we can pump the turtle duck. Yep, just gonna take 4. Path to redemption on our turtle duck. That's kind of funny. Alright, let's hold up allies at last and pump turtle duck. If he gets to 5 mana, he can exile the turtle duck. So I think we need to take 4 again if we try and pump any exiles in response. Here we get blown out. Let me check that. Path to exile. Yeah, this just turned his turn, so let's take 4 again. Let's see if he lets this pump go through. So that pump did nothing. That was kind of crazy and silly. Now we give him a clue token. I think my brain broke, and I didn't realize that he could exile in response. This isn't sorcery speed. This is just a limitation that he can only activate during his turn. So I think he could have activated that in response to us doing our thing. So let's earthbend a plains here. Then we can attack through. With our creatures. Tofu's on the card art twice. Over here and on Rocky Compute. Good for her. Okay, he's got 4 cards in hand. But we're only 2 lands away from playing the Legend of Yangchet. Nothing that we really want to exile yet. Each player chooses up to 1 permanent with mana value 3 or greater. So the only target we have is Water Tribe Captain right now. Let's play Ostrich Horse. Go fetch a land. No lands to hit. That's rough. At least we got those out of the way, so we can now draw lands. And while he can't pump, let's attack with our 3-power creature. Yeah, I'll trade Jung, but I'm okay with that. This is one less body for him to pump with Water Tribe Captains. I am worried about him going wide and pumping with Water Tribe before we get a chance to hit our lands. Goodbye, Rocky Rebuke. I think Path to Redemption is going to be better because it can make us a 1-1 body. Alright, well. Goodbye, Path to Redemption. Okay, we're one land away. No, we're not. We can cast it with our creature land. This is 5 mana, not 6. Alright, we will select the Water Trap Captain. Once the animation moves. And I don't think you can protect that with Enter the Avatar State. I'm not going to attack with our Ostrich Horse. Choose is permanent. I don't think that can be protected against with Enter the Avatar State or like Octopus form. It's not a target. No, right? We don't want him to draw like a board wipe. But whenever we cast our second spell each turn, we get to airbend. I guess that means we get more value out of our cards than he does from his. We're going to airbend our Toph. But we don't need to do it now. We can wait till his turn. Let's get sagas going. Saga Tribal. No more lands in those three either. I mean, we don't want to be hitting lands now anyways. And end turn. We'll be able to airbend whenever we cast our second card each turn, which means we'll be able to just kill these 1/1 unblockable tokens. Callous Inspector. Okay. Fire Nation Engineer. Raid. We'll be able to put a counter on the unblockable token if he so chooses. So we'll do full control here, set a block. See what he targets with that, and then flash in Appa. He actually puts it on Callous Inspector. That's probably smart. I think just Toph. What is this going to be? Let's see what this is first before we put 1/1 counters on stuff. I guess we can't do that. Let's put this on a 1/1 Stinker and speed up his air clock. Put this on a forest. Play a forest. Play our second card. Get back. How about Path to Redemption? Path to Redemption, Callous Inspector, in case he has discard cards from hand. Now we have a lesson card in the graveyard, so we will draw from this True Ancestry when the saga reaches its third phase. I guess we also have creature cards. I forget that it can also be creature cards. High Bay, okay. That is fine. Wonder what this. Oh, this is for raid. He's gonna put it on High Bay, but we're gonna airbend High Bay. Oh, he's gonna put it on the unblock. More lands, not what I wanted to see. So I guess we'll crack a clue. Yikes. Well. We can talk with our flyers. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has 6 blockers. 5 blockers. So one gets through. He actually lives. A bunch of stuff will have to die to the 2/2s, so. High Bay will live. Fire Nation Engineer will live. He'll do 7 back. Maybe it's actually safer to chill for 1 turn. We do have a food token, though. Alright, anything but board wipe. Rise of Sozin would mess this up. Just don't have a mythic rare. Or the other rare black, I guess, or the white that lets you keep 2 power. Or 4 power. I guess keeping 4 power would be fine. We'd keep Avatar, Yangchen, or Appa. Okay. We should have attacked all last turn, I'm pretty sure, especially with the food token. But Kyoshi Warriors seems correct. He has a bunch of corrupt court officials. We saw 3 Callous Inspector. We're scared of an early start with raid. So I think untapping with Pillar Launch would be fine. But holding it up is going to be awkward. And it's probably better to play Kyoshi Warriors so that Allies at Last is cheap. We saw this not guaranteed to be one. We have Platypus Bear that's not an ally. Turtle Duck that's not an ally. The rest is allies besides Ostrich Horses. But I guess also Earthbend is not ally off Earthbend or Ascension. So I think that's the only other consideration is bringing in Pillar Launch to try and survive the early game. And we can't keep this. Especially with this card. We want to top deck these guys. I love them. But we can't play them without planes. And our first play is on 3, which is not enough to mull, but I think with this, I mean, this will kill at anything, though. Maybe we do keep this. Maybe we just try and hit 1 land. Realize that we don't have that many 2-drops. Alright. Double white, like I mentioned, is hard for this, but we could end up just pitching these to Corrupt Court Official. Alright, what do we want to keep? What do we want to get rid of? Alright, it's going to be one of the double white cards. Double white. Got it. So now it's Allies at Last if he plays another Corrupt Court Official. Okay, scary start. Let's play wall top sentries. We can at least block 2 of his creatures. And this is going to fight better with allies at last. Soka. So I think we got Western card in the graveyard. Then play Ostrich Horse and don't pitch a land. I mean, a land guarantees we can play Yang Chen. Next turn. Let's take that. I know this seems funky, but play Ostrich Horse, decline, and we can block Soka. We'll let him draw a card this way. The alternative play is playing Allies at last in Seismic Sense. Glider Staff, okay. Well, we have 2 blockers for Soka. And he can't re-equip just yet. But I was hoping to get a target for Legend of Yang Chen, is my thinking here. We maybe let him draw a card, but then we get to kill Soka with Legend of Yang Chen, whereas if we don't do that, it's possible he just has 3 CMC, 3 cards that are less than 3 CMC. That being said, we are going to block Soka here. See if he has some combat trick or if he, pays for indestructible. Alright, let's go. Legend of Yang Chen. I don't know what he's saying. Oops, about. Okay, we've got more mana, and we're going to be able to airbend off our cards, so I think we'll both draw 3 here. If we play True Ancestry, we can actually flash an Appa here. Or is it better? Wall Top Sentries, Allies at Last, or Rocky Rebuke? See if we need to Allies at Last, blow up his Water Tribe Captain. To try and live. That's maybe a safer play. We get less value, but this thing's going to transform soon, so maybe we don't need to worry about value yet. Here's where we blast him again. Oops. Alright, sorry. Alright, Yang Chen is transforming soon, and we have a Wall Top Sentries instead of an Appa. But this is Death Touch Reach, 3 toughness, so basically the same as a blocker. Plus his Water Tribe Rallier is dead. So I think this is a better board state to survive and get to the point where we just get to play stuff out. That's pretty good for him. We do get to gain the life here. So it's better that this died than Appa. I don't know, have we showed him True Ancestry yet? I don't know if he's going to love that we can bring back Appa and Yang Chen. A corrupt court official at this point would be fine. Because we've got the mana for True Ancestry plus Appa. Is this an ally? It's not. Well, I guess we'll flash in this turn so we can airbend something he's got. Can we... This is an ally. I don't think we can... yeah, we're one off playing allies at last. So maybe... playing that land is wrong, but... we get to bounce his warship here. Exile. And let's not airbend anything else. We don't need to. 4 mana, 3/4 flash flyer that will create allies whenever we cast our airbending targets from Avatar Yang Chen. Seems totally fine. I don't think we need more value. We'll take 2 damage here. This is for raid, I bet, right? +2/+2 would not be enough. It could be 4 damage to target attacking her. It could be Razor Ring, so we'll give him raid here. Kazuki will make a 1/1 if it dies. He'll kill our Yang Chen or Appa, and he'll trigger raid. So do that, and then he'll crew when we exile Suki. Is that the correct? Yeah, we want to save True Ancestry for getting one of these guys back, so let's do this. With 2 white. Making an ally off Appa. I guess we're not casting from exile. Nice. Okay, cruise. We can blast and exile, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we just play this out. Let's allies at last. We can just hold up allies at last. We don't need to push through 3 more damage. We're not in a rush. Where are we? We get to... He doesn't have anything. We get to airbend. So let's... 2 creatures. Blast it. This way Yang Chen lives. I don't actually want to airbend anything here. I want to airbend his corrupt court official. So that didn't need to happen right now. We give him a clue token. That's actually silly. I think we just did a silly thing. And we missed 3 damage. Wandering musicians. Okay. It's totally fine to see. Killing Appa is also fine. Oh, he doesn't actually kill Appa, so that's actually a little awkward for us. How many cards do we have left in our deck? And we'll save Turtle Duck to airbend. Something with a double play next turn. Just pitch a land here. If he's got another corrupt court official, it's just going to be Turtle Duck saying farewell. And this is a chance to kill Appa, so we can get it back with True Ancestry. We will, I guess, draw first. 4, 6. It's only to have 1 plains. We know 2 are going to Oppa. Now we'll play Turtle Duck. We can flash in Appa. Oh, this is actually our second play this turn. On his turn. Okay, no blocking and unblockable here. That's fine, we're on a 13 turn clock from that thing. Unless he pumps it with musicians. Airbend back our Turtle Duck so that we potentially get a trigger off Avatar Yangchen. I know if we bounce one of our musicians, we can attack her, but we would need 2 playables off the top. He has to block with Momo here. We still haven't drawn her. 1/1 on his unblockable, or is he going to gain life here? Try and put himself out of range of Yangchen. He's going to scry for an answer. Turtle Duck is blocking 4 damage. Pops a will. I guess we make a ally with him though. Maybe this is greedy. I think it is greedy. Let's play the Turtle Duck. This Turtle Duck, now that he's chosen to not make a food token, will threaten lethal on its own. And if he's got that total creatures with power 4 or greater, we can actually keep Turtle Duck for free. As long as we haven't pumped that turn. Path to redemption, okay. And he can exile this turn. Alright, got poked through this last bit of damage. Get out of here without feeling like we've misplayed our way into losing a game where we played both Yangchen and Appa. +2/+2. Pump to the team. I don't think there's any instant speed. So 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. block the most damage here. Okay, Toph. And we can Earthbend a land that essentially has haste. Smack for one, Turtle Duck. Nice. Oof. What a tight game. We need to play tight even when we get a rare out. I think that's when we often get loose. It's when we feel like we're going to win no matter what we do. But that is definitely not the case in this set. This is a powerful set, much higher than in power level than the last one. And I think maybe a mainstay will be Kyoshi Warriors instead of the Pillar Launch. That's something I have trouble wrapping my brain around. I started with Strixhaven or actually AFR, Adventures of Forgotten Realms. That was a weak set, so my brain is calibrated to, if you play powerful cards, they're the bombs, you just take over the game and win. And that is not the case in these non-core sets. Like, there's just a lot of powerful cards that can be very impactful. So even if you play something like Yang-Chan or Appa and you make a bunch of allies, there's still board wipes. There's still very efficient removal that can claw a opponent back into the game. And we'll keep this. We're not going to seismic sense turn 1. We hit one of our instants or sorceries, we don't get to get it, right? It's just land or creature. Or a saga. It will probably be Wall-Top Sentries into Toph. We don't have a lesson in the graveyard yet for Wall-Top Sentries. No way he taps down. He has... Alright, that's scary. He could Waterbend here. He's got 4 creatures. 4 bodies with the creatures plus the equipment, and then could tap the island. He might do that. Actually, it's 6 mana to draw with Katara, right? So he's 1 off, unless he plays an island. That is crazy. He just got a 1/1 counter on Katara. So maybe not super crazy. But let's play Toph. Earthbend this forest. And maybe we just blast Katara now, honestly. Before he has protection. Watery Grasp on our forest is pretty good. Now we can't tap it for mana. Seismic Sense is good enough. We shouldn't have played Plains. We should have played a Forest. Held up Rocky Rebuke plus. Well, True Ancestry and Legend of Yang-Chan are going to go on the bottom. So we have 3 forests, 2 plains. Let's get another plains. And we'll just chill here. Will we? We'll attack with wall top sentries. And, I mean, the benefit of him walking down the forest is I don't think he wants to shuffle. Well, actually, shuffling it also doesn't trigger us getting our land back. So Toph will go to be... We'll go to 0-3. What's he going to cast for 6 mana? 6 blue mana. I'm terrified. Last days. I guess we'll rock it with this now. So then, his board with... I mean, that's fine, right? The kill on North Pole Patrol. He's got a clue token here. I feel like he's ahead. But I think we do want wall top sentries with allies at last. It's basically enabling this to kill any creature. We don't have anything better to do, so let's Path to Redemption and shut down his Otter Penguin before it pokes us to death. Three damage at a time. We have backup allies at last. If we didn't have allies at last here, I don't think I'd be doing this. Nope, is an 0-3 now. We do have other ways to Earthbend. We have Earthbender Ascension. We have... Is that it? We don't have Badgermole in the deck. That will die into a blue token. That's going to be another awkward card to deal with. Leaves from the Vine. Didn't he Lost Days our Treetop allies? What happened? How did we shuffle? Am I crazy? Where did Treetop allies go? I guess we want to do this during our turn and have another body for Leaves from the Vine. We'll be able to crew this turn, not next. And he's mono blue, so he's not going to have discard effects. We might as well hold up allies at last. But it's only going to be able to do 1 damage. That might be worth it to stop crew. Am I crazy? I mean, he'll have 3 cards to potentially crew with. So yeah, I think that is crazy. We'll just take 4 here. Does he really have nothing? Alright, we'll take 4 one more time. We'll be able to do 3 damage with allies at last next turn after we put 1/1 counters on each of our creatures. It's going to be hard to overcome. That's a lot of cards. And we know our Legend of Ming Chen is on the bottom. We want to see Appa plus some crazy card like Earth King in our next 2. I want to draw that off the 3rd phase of the saga plus our top. Okay. That will also die into a blue token. Everything will die into a blue token. I don't think we have any water bending, so we might as well sack this blue token. Alright, ostrich horse is going to be a 4-2. We're going to combine to fetch and land with it. So Toph does now block the knowledge seeker nicely. Even if it grows, we've got 4 toughness. And I don't want to give him a clue token. Well, this Fire Nation warship, I think it's pretty far away from airbending it or exiling it. So it's just going to be a block here with our ostrich horse. You and Moon Spirit. Mostly a 3/3 vigilant flyer. There is a lesson there. Okay. Death touch reach. Not too bad. I would like a way to water bend and tap this compassionate healer without attacking, but alas, I do not believe we have that in the deck. And if he has quench, we've been out of range of it every time we play cards. But we won't be. We try and cast allies at last here. North Pole Patrol, that'll be an issue. He's going to tap down our wall top sentries and try and attack through with you. Okay, we can airbend our wall top sentries. After he taps it down. Does that do anything for us? I mean, we'll definitely airbend our own Toph, so we can make another 2/2 land creature. And we'll flash in Appa and try and eat his Moon Spirit. Four, 7, 4, 3. So we stay out of Quencha range if we play this. We might tap end of turn our wall top sentries. Alright, we'll lose the counter on Toph, but it's going to be worth it to make a 2/2 land. Does replaying this do anything? I don't think so. Well, we get more triggers, right? More 1/1 ally tokens. No second octopus form, please. Woo! Species spicy. Now we play wall top sentries. We'll still be safe from quench. We play it like this. Leave Tope for last. He's got counter spell. That'll be it. He's gonna tap down Appa. He is not. We're gonna smack him for 3. I think using allies at last to kill him with control and attack through is just gonna be too greedy. We have death touch, so we can kill anything with allies at last. Assuming he doesn't have instant speed, bounce, or do whatever to wall top sentries in response. True Ancestry is an interesting one, because we have our Legend of Yang Chen on the bottom of our deck. Except that we had to shuffle, right? We put wall top sentries second from the top, and that disappeared, so we must have shuffled at some point from something? Question mark? Oh, he lost his attack with Appa. I think that's all we're sending. Fortunately, in mono blue, if he does have removal, it's going to be like Watery Grasp. Oh yeah, he did Watery Grasp Shuffle to our graveyard, so Yang Chen is not at the bottom of our deck, necessarily. In fact, more likely than not, it's not. I would like to kill Benevolent River Spirit, but if he has like bounce for our wall top sentries, we're gonna get blown out. We don't actually need to do anything about it just yet. Like I said, no discard in blue, so we'll just chill from here. I think he'll mill 2 turns after us if he doesn't do any drawing. All right. Boomerang Basic's pretty good, but he may end up in a situation soon where he will mill before we will. If he attacks here, he's doing 1 more damage than us. Do we try and kill that now? Okay. not dead in the air next turn. Legend of Yang Chen, please. So he's at 10 cards left. We'll mill one turn earlier than we left. Hey, okay. We'll try and use more cards, getting closer to milling. This is going to be a grind fest. We're going to have to be careful on the timer. So his interaction we've seen so far has been 1 Watery Grasp, 1 Lost Days, and 1 Boomerang Basics to bounce. The only permanent I think worth potentially getting back is the 2-mana Saga, but that's going to mill us for 3. And that is very possibly going to be our win condition. Yep. We've had decks like this before where you draw way more cards than your opponent, but you don't do enough to affect the board state to actually win. He's going to put it on Teo. Should put this on Teo, yep. Gain life off the lesson card in our graveyard, which is nice. I'm thinking about bringing it back with True Ancestry. We can't block those flyers anymore. If we don't get Yang Chen, I will bring back that card now. Oh, we can actually play that, so let's play Wall Top Sentries. I guess chill here for now. We don't need to fetch it quite yet. It's probably correct to bring this back. Is it? Let's delay 1 turn. He'll maybe get his tail up to 3-5. So this Teo needs to die. I mean, what does the Appa block do for us? Maybe gets Appa killed. Which we do want, question mark? To airbend Toph to earthbend for 2? I don't think that makes sense. Two cards left in deck. Okay, that is rough, another land. But we will draw off the clue here. Legend of Yang Chen. Come on. We could die to unblockable here. I guess we will. If we don't gain life off our wall top spot. Yep, that's gonna be it. We'll be dead to unblockable. What a game. He's out of cards in deck. So, instant speed interaction. He does have It'll Quench Ya. He has Octopus form. Lost days, that's it. So reach might be pretty good against his flyers. We could try and run him over this game, but maybe on the draw we bring in some more removable barrels of Blast and Jelly, even though I don't love it. Glider Kids is blocking what? His... It's not stopping Teo, it's not stopping you. So I don't think Glider Kids is good. It's not blocking his first time flyer after he has a lesson. For board stall, we could bring in Giant Koi. I think it's just unfortunate we didn't hit Yang Chen for a long time, but he's pretty slow. So maybe we can do... No, this is double blue. I forgot we're green-white. Clue Exile is going to be good. Another Rocky Rebuke. One less... What? Kyoshi Warriors? Okay, let's draw Legend of Yang Chen and Earth King this game. I think we had just too many lands. Game went on really long. He outdrew us and just barely killed us. So we don't need to go crazy and change things. I mean, we can't keep this. We can keep this and send back one forest. Okay, opponent also mulligans. It's at 5, I believe. I mean, they're on the draw, so 6. Otter Penguin, turn 2. Yikes, that could be scary. I will take a land here. Just want to get Legend of Yang Chen out. Okay. I don't see Waterbending Scroll yet, but that is going to be a scary combo. Let's True Ancestry back. What? Nothing? Guess we'll attack first. Blow up Otter Penguin before it does any damage. And so that we can get revenge for the last game. Still has 2 bodies into Water Fence, so that's nice. But we're going to play Legend of Yang Chen with no targets. I mean, what are we doing otherwise? I think so. Let's just get this going. He doesn't have much to block it. He has that 1 mana bounce I think that might let him target permanents. But if we have to replay this, this is fine. Benevolent River Spirit. Yikes. Doesn't like it. Let's... Yes. Draw our own cards. Make drawing as irrelevant as we can. We do hit a lot of lands again, unfortunately. Oh, these are not great cards to go. It's the bottom. We want Earthbender Ascension to push through. And our removal for this thing. Let's take Welltop Sentries. Let's play it. Play Turtle Duck. And chill. Do I have to pay ward when I choose with Yang Chen which creature dies or is exiled? We do have a lessons card in life. Boomerang Basics. So he actually doesn't bounce our Yang Chen, he bounces his Sun Forecasting Fortune Teller. Making another blue token. So he's gonna water bend. Blue token pretty well. Okay. Earth King. I'm glad to see that. Let's play this. We can attack with Turtle Duck. And our 3-1, honestly. We'll pump pre-combat, so we trigger Earth King and bring a land into the battlefield. We didn't see any board wipe, so I feel pretty good about our board state here. He also just played his bounce. So our token is sitting pretty. Watery Grasp, we can shuffle it this turn, but he's going to take a lot of damage as a result of doing that if he does. Okay, so no shuffle means we will attack with it. Oh no, he can water bend with those clue tokens for him. He does not have enough mana to North Pole Patrol us though. Okay, this is going to be pretty cool. Let's get Turtle Duck pumped. Attack with these guys. Go get 2 lands. If he double blocks, we'll actually Appa Airbend our Turtle Duck back to hand with Earth King, and Turtle Duck will make a 1/1 when we replay it for 1 mana. Nice. Okay, dang, that's smart. Kill North Pole Patrol instead of the first time flyer here. And I think it's best. Is it best to Appa now and replay Turtle Duck? Or we can use it as protection. Three, 6. let's use it as protection for Earth King and Turtle Duck. And we'll probably just airbend Earth King here. We have 2 mana left over if he has It'll Quench Ya. And Turtle Duck is going to stay so we can fetch another land when we attack with it. I think that's better than making a 1/1. Oh, okay, we get in there. We get in there. Alright, on the draw. On the draw, what do we want? We actually don't have Total Launch in here. What did we sideboard in? Anything? Appa, Toph. Hope to attack attack through with Ostrich horses that we can make 4/2s. Those are still good. Rebuke. Is that ever awkward? It can be, specifically with his 4/5 ward. Benevolent River Spirit. Kyoshi Warriors is not doing much. Is 1 Rebuke maybe worth cutting? For more power with Badger Mole, as he has a bunch of stinkers we don't want to kill. The 1/3s. These things. I mean, there is stuff we definitely want to kill. The 4/5, the Death Touch. I think we run it as is. We've got 2 Death Touch creatures with it, and we need to kill the Benevolent River Spirit. Or Yui, some games. Teo we need to kill. This is a good starting hand. It's got 2s, it has 3s. I think we'll start with Compassionate Healer and see if we can gain some life. Get some value out of these scries. Set that in rows. That's one blocker, Compassionate Healing. Come on, take a turn off? Come on. Alright, Ostrich Horse can attack into you. And no option to get a land there. 2 removal spells and another Ostrich Horse. Milled. Rough now, we may hit more lands. Yep, we got attacking with Ostrich Horse. Is it Kyoshi plus Platypus Bear? I'll probably just take it over, yep. Let's see what we know with Platypus Bear. Yikes. As long as we get our other, our 2 cards that recur. What are they called? The less True Ancestry. As long as we get one of our 2 copies of True Ancestry, we can replay Yang Chen. I think have a shot at this game, but it's gonna be hard with him walking us down with North Pole Patrol, smacking us with Yui in the air. 1, 2, 3. Do a forest and then we'll tap it. For turtle duck, actually. Okay, come on. Our bodies do close to nothing right now. This is just another kind of unfortunate mill. I think we beat this guy 70% of the time plus. But the best cards milled are removal, but his flyers are milled. And he's going to go off with Teo here. So our bad matchup is if we play ground creatures and we can't run them over quick enough. Then they kind of become irrelevant. Earth King. Cool, we can play Earth King. And then die in the air next turn? Is that just how it's going to go? We need a scry. Get this to 3 power. If he pitches a land, this 1 life could make the difference here. Between living an extra turn in the air and or not. Go get a plains. Yikes. Well, that's removal, right? So he attacks this turn for 7 damage in the air. We kill something with allies at last. And then we die. Right, we're at 2. Kills us with any of our flyers because he's going to put a counter on Teo. I think we're just in an unwinnable position now. Is there anything we could get? True Ancestry. Play a Death Touch. Have 2 mana left over. Crack the Clue. And then what? It's just we won't have enough mana unless we get another attack off. Wait, will we? 3, 6? There's just nothing. If he attacks with his flyers, he's just dead. 6, 7, 8. Any creature will be lethal and he has 3 flyers. You should put this on Teo, yep. Alright. We'll let him connect first. Well, he made a mono blue deck. He did it. I wonder if there's any sideboarding we could have done to handle that better. I mean, just our deficit, which is our lack of 2-drops that can push through. Like, we've got 3-drops that can push through Ostrich Horses and Toph and Earthbender Ascension, and then fight spells are good, but Kyoshi can't push through. Platypus Bear can't even attack sometimes. And then it's just Compassionate Healer, 2/2. Turtle Duck we're not paying for. So that gap in our deck was really exposed against a deck that dirtled and drove. We still were able to take a game off him because we have powerful cards like Appa, Legend of Yang Chen, and the Earth King, but 2-1, not a horrible result. This deck was a lot of fun. GG's, we'll see you next time.